Hello there, Vanagon addicts. It's Ken Wilford here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful 4th of July weekend. It is actually the 2nd of July right now. A lot of people are getting ready for 4th of July, and so that's why we are making this live stream today. So if you're out there, if you're getting ready for 4th of July, let us know if your Vanagon is going to be, prominently featuring in your 4th of July celebrations, or what's going on that way. I hope you guys can get to use your vans this weekend, or maybe this upcoming week, or a lot of people are out there right now doing their stuff and things. We are planning on doing our vacation next week, right? So that's our plan. And actually, we're going to be closed next week for the first time in pretty much forever. I can't think of the last time we actually closed for any more than like a day. So we are going to be closed next week from the 5th through to the 12th. And, we need a break. Just to be honest with you guys, we need a break. I need a break. Leah needs a break. All God's chillins need a break. Okay, so we're going to be closing down from the 5th to the 12th. You guys might see a thing where our website is down for a day or two during that time. A lot of you guys know we've been having a problem with our sales@vanagon.com email address, and that needs to be fixed. So we are going to get that fixed by moving our website to a new server, and then also getting okay, sorry there Billy. So we're going to be moving our website to a new host. It's also going to change our domain name settings and things. And the guy had asked me a couple months ago, back in May, when this kind of screwed up everything. He's like, oh, we'll just do it on a time when you're not busy. Yeah, when's that?
Never.
Okay, and it might be down for a couple hours, it might be down for a couple of days. So we're going to be doing it this weekend, I believe, like probably on the 4th and the 5th. And so, most of the time, because of the holiday, it's slow anyway. People are just hopefully out there enjoying their vans, except for Billy Shepherd, of course. Everybody else is out there, or they're doing something else. They're enjoying grilling, hot dogs, hamburgers. They're maybe visiting some friends, or swimming in a swimming pool somewhere, doing something fun. So if you, try to get on the website this weekend, or maybe even on Monday, and you can't get on, that's what's going on. We're going to be, we're going to be away on vacation also. So again, we're going to be closed, so I'm not going to be taking any phone calls next week. I'll be back in the office on the 13th, so that'll let us try to get caught up there. If people put orders through the website, I won't be processing them till the 13th. So hopefully this video, everybody that cares is going to watch it. If not, I'll post it on the website also. That will be down and different things. Hopefully, I'm sure I'll still get some frantic calls and frantic emails about where are you and did you die and all this other stuff. But no, we didn't die. We're planning this. Okay, we're planning on being away, and we're planning on having a good time and enjoying a vacation as a family. Which, because of last year and all the things, we didn't get to do that. So we're looking forward to it. So we see Rob Bowe says, Vanagon's in the Valley. 11 is Duncannon, PA, along Susquehanna, next Wednesday through Monday. Okay, so I think I'm going to be donating some items to that. Okay, one of the guys that's going there is supposed to be stopping by here to pick up some hatch struts and some other stuff, probably bumper end caps. Things that people usually need, and I usually try to donate them to these good causes. So hopefully, if you go to Vanagon's in the Valley, you will hear Vanagon mentioned, and because we're gonna give away stuff. So, and if you don't hear it, Rob, let me know, because I'll sue them. They're supposed to be. No, I was kidding. All right, but I like to support the local meetups. I don't go most of the time because, like I've said a lot of times, my entire week is Vanagon everything all the time, every day. So, you know, it's nice to, hey, you know what? That's actually a good idea. I could put the socks in for the donation.
I was going to mention that. Like, why not?
Yeah, that might be a good plan. Oh, let's show some of the new ones we got. We actually didn't have the ocean ones, the coastal ones last time, when we were showing you all the rest of them. So we just got these coastal ones. You know, for some weird reason, they were not available when we did the rest of them. And so, you know, if you're a surfer person, this is pretty nice. It's got the ocean on it. It's got surfboard, a Vanagon and a surfboard.
Like a sunset.
And a sunset and some palm trees and all that kind of stuff. So, it's weird. People come here. I mean, I haven't had a lot of people come here, but the people that have come here, they want this. When they see this, they want it. Okay, so, and a lot of you guys have bought them, so thanks for that. And also we got this orange plaid. This is if you have, you know, that interior in your bus. You can match it with your socks. There's also a green version available for like the, you know, green plaid they had. You know, I don't have them. I'm just trying to see how the orange ones sell first before I commit to, you know, a ton of green ones also. Said should be 60-80 buses and Vanagons attending, hoping this hurricane does not hit us. Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, we're going to be down in Hurricane Central next week, so we're praying for good weather down there too.
Yeah.
And we'll be praying for you guys up here as well. Update on the FedEx situation. It really hasn't gotten much better. We have one shipment right now that went through customs as of the 9th. They've lost it at the customs dock in Memphis. And they supposedly yesterday they were searching for it, like someone walking around looking at pallets, because it's a big pallet of stuff. Walking around looking for it. I still haven't heard anything that they have found it. Okay, so then I had another shipment that was very close to getting through customs, I thought. Let's talk to this nice lady. She said, I'm going to put everything in, all your paperwork in, and if I have any problems, I'll call you. That didn't call me, so I assumed everything was okay. And then a few days went by, and I called her back on this past Monday, and I said, so, what's going on? Oh, I went away for the whole entire rest of the week, and they needed one more thing, one more paper, and they couldn't get a hold of you, so they sent it back to France. So, yeah. And so I was like, what? So I contacted them. This guy who's in escalation things, where if you have a major problem, he's supposed to be able to do something. He's like, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do. I can't, you know, stop it. It was in Memphis at the hub, and they had, you know, immediately, we just awaited a couple more days, they immediately sent it back, and he could not reverse it. And it just now today, I think, so that was like Monday, okay? So it sat there like this an entire week when it was supposedly getting sent back and they can't do anything to reverse it. It sat there this whole entire week. I think today it finally left to go back to France. And I was upset. I was very mad. I'm like, listen, you know, this system is broken. You know, why is this so hard to do? It should not be. Okay, it's very crazy. And so I don't know what to do about the one that's been missing since the 9th. I think I'm going to wait until the 9th of July, and then I'm going to declare it lost and try to get all the money, and then eventually it'll show up. I know it'll be here eventually, okay? But I'm going to get it for free. I mean, I don't know any other way for them to learn that they need to fix their customs brokerage system than for them to actually get charged like thousands of dollars each time they screw up. Because they have screwed me up this year so bad. And, alright, so that's enough of that. So the FedEx thing, you know, we're here. This is our last day, but we're going to be here in the office before we leave. You know, I had one more shipment that was coming in, hopefully today. That got delayed in customs as well. So, yeah. So, we're not going to have anything until we get back on the 13th. Hopefully we'll have 2 or 3 shipments sitting here ready to go out to everyone that's been waiting and waiting and waiting. That's what we hope for. But in the meantime, I'm just going to try to not worry about it, not stress about it. It's stressful to me because, as a person that's doing this, I try to be on top of everything, but I also try to give people some space, some room to, do their job. And, when these folks at FedEx, if you don't ride them like a horse and a pony and call them constantly every time, every day, all the time, they just will push you to the back of the line and pretend like you're not important, you don't exist. I mean, do they enjoy being harassed? Because that's what it's telling me. Like, hey, if you don't harass us incessantly, we're not going to serve you. Like, oh, okay, well, now that I know the rules, I'll just harass you incessantly then. So, hey, good to see Steve here with us as well. So, anyway, our FedEx saga continues. I'm hoping that by July, maybe August, things will start, stuff will start working over there properly. I don't know. By then, so another problem I'm running into is it seems like a lot of the different part streams are drying up. Okay, and again, it's probably all these issues with getting parts actually delivered to your place from out of the country. Okay, in the country, things have been going decently smooth, but outside of the country, getting it in, it's very, it's very sketchy. It's almost like they're just roadblocking me constantly. So, inside the country, if I want to buy Vanagon window seals, let's give an example. I can't find anybody that has any. Okay, now, all these shipments that I got coming in here, it's got tons of them in it. If I could get them here, I'd be doing fine. I just ran out of 2 of the seals like a couple of days ago. So I'm not really hurting. And if they get here before I get back, then I'm fine. Okay, but, something like that. And again, we're going into July, we're going into August. There's going to be people calling me saying, hey, I'm getting ready to paint my van. I didn't buy any window seals. So I need to, actually do that. I'm like, okay, that's good to plan ahead that way. You might be out of luck. Okay, hopefully not. We're trying to keep everything going. Coolant tanks, I got to figure out something about them. What is it? Temperature sensors. Getting hard to get right now. So anything I see that's hard to get in my main part stream, I just go out and try to get it other places because I figure if I can't get it, other companies can't get it. People gonna be calling me. I try to get out ahead of that stuff. Okay. So anyway, so that's what's happening here. Steve says I scored 2 sets of brown signal wiper arms, a whole pedal assembly with a booster, and an old style reservoir this week. And more for 2 packs of beer. Okay, there you go. There you go.
Billy says he doesn't like FedEx.
Did you guys see? Yeah, I saw that. Billy said not a FedEx fan. His dog. They don't give his dog a cookie. Did you guys see on Facebook that Van Cafe or Rocky Mountain Westie is actually advertising for someone to come out there and work for them to sell used parts, and they're going to set up a used part department. Okay, where the person is going to get their used parts that they have stockpiled over the years. People come out there, they get engine conversions, they get maybe transmission things, they get, some of their bumpers put on or whatever. And then a lot of that stuff, I guess, probably they just keep it. Okay, so I don't know how much stuff they have, but Mike, the guy from Van Cafe, put on Facebook that they're looking for somebody if they're interested in going out there to Colorado. They can get a job with them putting the stuff on eBay and maybe doing some stuff, maybe the Samba, to try to sell it. So I guess, if somebody's out there watching this video, they want to think they could do that job. I mean, I know I can do it. Of course, I'm not going to, but You know, I've been doing this for a long time. I can think of some guys right now who are in the used Vanagon parts space that could definitely do it if they would be willing to go to Colorado. Another guy I talked to who might be thinking about doing something very similar is the guy that owns Small Car. You guys know Small Car, which is they do a lot of conversions, right? Subaru conversion. That's pretty much one of the bigger guys in that space. The guy that owned them just sold out to another guy who I helped a long time ago. He was on a trip and he broke down, and we helped him out, got him back on the road. And so he felt like he owed me a solid. He's like, let's get together. Let's see if we can do business together. I did think I sold him some stuff. And he was telling me basically the exact same thing, that they have a ton of used stuff out there. He doesn't really know how to monetize it. Okay, so, yeah, yep. Those swap meets, they're good for that. But he doesn't really know how to monetize it, you know, and I'm thinking, man, if I could go out there, maybe I could show him how to do that. I mean, I don't really want to bring it here because that's a long haul. I mean, Billy, I know what you're saying. Billy said, I used to go to Pomona cow swap meet with a Porsche shop buddy, and he would sell every used part. I used to do that. When we first started, I went to... Hey, John, how you doing? I went out to the local swap meets a few years, and the problems I had was people around on the East Coast anyway, you know, they didn't want to pay anything. If you got a used thing at a swap meet, it had to be like the rock bottomest price that you can imagine. Now, if you just want to get rid of stuff, you know, then that would be a great place because, you know, people could say $10, $20, you know, whatever, and take this big item away, and you would unload a lot of space. But of course you have to have like a big huge van or a big huge trailer to take all those large bulky items out there with you. I mean, I sold like a bus transmission for $100. I sold, you know, blah blah blah. You get to the end of the day, maybe you got like $700 or $800. Okay, well, that's okay, but if you could sell that stuff online on eBay or the Samba, you would make 10 times more than that. I mean, you'd make at least 4 times as much money. You wouldn't have to like sit there all day in the sun and sweat, all that good stuff. And I mean, I enjoyed it, I guess, to a degree, but in another degree, it was a long day. You know, all the swap meets around here are like 3 hours away, so you're driving, you know, 3 hours each way. Yeah, VW people can be cheap. Can be cheap. Some of them are not cheap. Some of them know what they're doing. I mean, back when I first started out in the late 90s, I would say that Volkswagen cheapness ownership thing was still hanging in there strong. That's why I hesitated to get into the bus world for a long time, selling bus parts, because I would get people calling me in the early 2000s like, hey man, I'm in the bus. I have a bus and I need some parts, but I don't have any money. You know, because, you know, do your man a solid and help me, man, because my bus needs to be back on the road. And it was every time you would get a bus person calling you, most of the time it would be like a sob story about, you know, we're broke down here and we don't have any money and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to deal with those people. I want to deal with people that have money, okay? I don't have any money, and I'm not, you know, am I supposed to, like, give people money? I'm broke myself, okay? So I steered away from them. The Vanagon people, most of them are good, okay? Occasionally you run into the I hate to say this. All right, no, don't hit me. The diesel people. Shh. Don't say it. All right, the diesel people. All right, I said it out loud. The diesel people. Okay, they're the ones now that most of them are fine, but you still occasionally run into this person who is like, you know, everything has to be super cheap. Everything has to be, you know, blah blah blah. And the reality is, it's expensive to have a diesel. Vanagon. It's expensive to have a diesel Vanagon. It seems cheap because like, oh, I'm going to get good mileage and stuff. But after, you know, the cost of ownership is higher because you have to deal with the diesel fuel pump. You have to deal with the injectors. They're expensive. Okay, they're expensive. So, you know, I don't understand the mindset. You know, when I bought, my first car was a diesel Rabbit pickup truck, a Caddy. 82 diesel Caddy. Got 50 miles to the gallon. Okay, I didn't have any money, and diesel was cheaper than gas. Got 50 miles to the gallon. I loved it. Okay, I love it. But, you know, and it was cheap back then. You could get the pump rebuilt cheap. You could get the injectors cheap. You know, everything was pretty reasonable. But as we've gone through time, and those cars faded out of the picture as far as being like an actual car on the road, and not like a collector vehicle, which is what they are now. You know, the price of everything has just went up. And, you know, you get a pump rebuilt. That's like, I don't know, $400 or $500. You get new injectors now. Look at how much they are. Okay, they're a lot. Try buying them cheap. And, you know, anything you do, like say I had a friend that was running his off of drain oil. Mistake. Okay, why? Because it destroyed his pump, destroyed all his injectors. You know, it was cheap at first because he wasn't paying anything for the fuel itself, but it wrecked his entire everything. Okay, so yeah. So Steve says, save money by doing labor yourself, but buy good parts. I figure used parts should cost more than 50% than new part. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. So when I sell a used part, you know, I price about 50% of the new part, unless that I have no clue what the new part went for. Okay, that's one problem. Like say you have the air ducts or something in a Vanagon. I mean, what was the new price on that? I have no clue, and there's no way to even look it up. Okay, so I'll just come up with a number on that. But you know, something used, I usually do, you know, half of new. So I got Julio Jorge. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Do you sell automatic transmission? I do not. I recommend people to go to Rebuilders. German Transaxle is on the West Coast, and Matt Steedle is on the East Coast. Okay, so if you're looking for a rebuilt automatic transmission, I would recommend both of them. Those people, depending on what coast you're on. We got Nugavan. Quick question, 90 Synchro Westy engaged clutch. Heard like something broke at the pedal. Clutch works fine after, but brakes are very soft. Interesting. Brakes are firm when engine is not running. Okay, so that's actually normal because that means your booster is not working. Okay, so when your booster isn't working, your pedal is going to be harder than when your booster is working. Like when part of how you test your boosters, you pump up the pedal, it gets hard, and you start the car, and then the pedal goes down a little bit. Okay, that means the booster's actually doing what it's supposed to do. But as far as something broke at the pedal, it might be just. I would take a look at your pedal cluster, like on the back side of the pedal cluster. I would take a look at that, and maybe the problem is that something's worn out back there. You know, it could be the clutch pivot thing. Sometimes there's like this pivot on the back, and that could be worn out. So I don't know if we're having a good connection right now or not. You know, the thing's going red and it's swirling around here for me. But all right, so Steve says air ducts. Oh, will you stop? Shut up. Air ducts are available in Europe. Okay, so that's good. I'll have to look into it when I get back from vacation. But yeah, so I would definitely look at the pedal cluster. Look behind there. You know, there's a pivot point where the this clevis pin goes into the clutch master cylinder. So I would take a look at that. Maybe that's a problem, and that can wear. You know, right there. And so some people like take it out, like weld it up, re-drill it, and you know that kind of thing. Better make it not have so much slop in it. That's what I'm thinking is going on. So definitely check that out. All right, so yeah, it's being weird out here. It's being It's saying there's errors and all this other stuff. I don't know. So if you have a problem, I'm sorry. Alright, so let's go on to something I want to talk about here, which is this week. Okay, Leah's like doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
This week, let me see if I can transition. Okay, there we go. This week, we had an announcement. We got to see some spy photos of the new ID Buzz. There's somebody out here doing something. I don't know who it is.
It's probably FedEx.
The door is locked, so whatever. But anyway, all right, so we got to see some spy photos of the new ID Buzz. Okay, so on this image right here that you are seeing, hopefully you can hear me. It is showing you this picture here. Why can I not see the controls for this slideshow? Oh my gosh. I set this all up ahead of time. Hold on. Alright, here's the stupid slideshow, right? Is it going to transition? Alright, I think it did it. Alright, so here's what the ID Buzz, right? We were all excited about seeing this. I mean, I enjoyed seeing it from back in the day. All the good things that were going to happen. There we go. Don't do that too fast. Alright, then here's another picture of it. It's so beautiful. We just love it so much. Right? It's the best thing since sliced cheese. Here's another picture. I'm sorry, it's off-center. Oh, it's so amazing. We love it. It's coming out eventually one day, everyone. Oh, here's some nice photos of what it's actually going to look like. Ugh, this picture. Why? I'm sorry, guys. Here's what it's going to look like in the back. Here's another picture from the front. Here's another picture of the back. Okay? So what do you guys think? This is what we were promised. Right here. This thing. This is not what we're getting. Okay? We're getting this. If I had to say what this looks like, to me, it looks like the kind of like a morphed version of the T7. Which is not an unattractive car. But it's not what we were promised. It's not the bus, the new bus, or any of that stuff. Instead, it is something else completely. And so, yeah. Yep. So that is my rant on that. What do you guys think about this? And what you can see of this terrible, horrifying slideshow I gave you here, where the pictures are halfway off the screen. Don't ask me. I don't know anything. That blue one is not the bus one, but whatever. I mean, I was looking forward to this thing as the concept. And, you know, the thing that, you know, the concept did, right, it tried to look like a bus, okay, but for whatever reason, they have decided they just can't do that. They don't want to do it. They won't do it. I don't know. It's like, I really don't understand why not. You know, that's the problem I have with the whole thing. Now, I did watch a video on YouTube not too long ago about the T7. And I guess I'll try to bring that up. I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. We're going to go to the desktop thing. And we're going to transition. And we're going to bring it up. No, not that picture. Oh my gosh, why? So here is the T7. Okay. And you can see this thing. This is the newest, latest, and greatest. This is out this year in Europe. Never going to be here ever. Okay. But this is the T7. You can see they're trying to do like a samba thing here where you've got like a two-tone. It's got like a body line. Okay, all that good stuff. And, you know, I think it looks pretty nice. It's got a really big screen here for your infotainments and all that other stuff.
Looks like a very spacey cabin.
Yeah, it does. It has some really nice features too. If you get to watch the video of it, presentation, I would highly recommend it. Now, what I like, the seats slide back and forth. Every single person gets a bucket seat, which is really nice. And in between the two seats, they have this little unit here that actually has cup holders in it, and then it has these tables that slide out on either side. So you can have a table for this guy on the passenger side, table for this guy. And then, but then the weird part is there's also tray tables that pop down behind the driver and passenger seat.
I think that shows in the next picture.
It's like table and also table. Yeah, so this is where, yep, look at that. It's a little plane that pops up. So it comes up, and it's got these little nice little table poos there, cup holders there. I mean, that's very nice. And if you want to have more space, you can easily pick these two tables and the center thing up and take them out completely if you want. The back seats are all 3 sections. Yep, so this is what it looks like folded down. That's what it looks like when your kids are in there and you're telling them to stop and calm down and everything. This is what it looks like when you're sitting in by your mansion. I don't know. So, and it has a humongous sunroof that's like almost the whole entire roof. So that's nice. I think I like it. Yeah, they're not showing the back seats. So the back seats are cool. They can actually come out individually. You can, like, say you want to have a bike in it, like one bike. You could take out this back seat, this one seat, and you have this whole rear section right here to do. It has dual sliding doors. They're actually controlled by the remote. You know, yes, Chrysler fans. Yep, we've copied you. Okay. The seats don't go down into the floor, but they do come out completely, and they're not. It's very easy to get them in and out. And the back seats also can completely come out. So you could take all this stuff out, have a ginormous loading floor back here if you want. They actually have 2 different levels too. They have like a regular length, which is this right here. And I don't know if they show the other one where it has like a bigger butt on it. It's like a little bit longer rear end. Like it would be this plus maybe like another 12 inches that would stick back here. And that gives you even more room, like for if you're in the back seat, more leg room, more storage room, okay, all that good stuff. So, you know, this is a nice looking car. I'm going to go back to regular. Let me transition back. And I like it. I think it looks good, okay, because it's a T7. It's a T7, so some people don't like it. It's a T7, okay? I'm not... Oh, look, there's a picture of me in the corner. I always forget that that's there. It's a T7, so... Oh, you picking your nose or something? What?
No.
She forgot that she was on camera. All right. I mean, that's what I expected T7 to look like. Okay, but the Buzz ID, I wanted that to look like the Buzz ID. Or whatever, or the ID Buzz. I always get confused. Whatever the name is. Okay? So, I mean, what do you guys think? Yeah, I think they do have an extended chassis already version. So, I'm pretty sure that probably will be also if you wanted a camper version. Like, they'll make a stripped down chassis they can ship out to Westfalia or whoever's going to do their camper version. Or you can buy the extended chassis as a passenger car too. So, you know, again, we will never see this car here. Okay. One day I hope to go to Europe and rent one and use it as a camper and enjoy it. Maybe do some videos and stuff. That's something I want to do at some point.
That'd be so fun.
But, well, that's a long story. Why are they not importing them to the States? I don't really see any real reason why not. I mean, think about Mercedes-Benz has did it for years. Ford did it with their Transit Connect. Although, if you read about Ford, they are getting sued by the United States government right now. Why? Because, for what? Because there is this tax on trucks that come from Europe. Okay, and this is a long, so we've talked about this before. There was a chicken tax back in the 70s that Germany imposed on the United States because they didn't want to, you know, buy all our chicken. They wanted to buy Germany chicken, apparently. I don't know. So they put a chicken tax, and in response, retaliation to that, the United States put a tax on all trucks coming from out of country. And that's when you see the trucks stop coming, right? Think about it. When you think back at the double cabs, the single cabs, buses, you could get them here all the way until the early 70s, and then all of a sudden, they're over. Okay? Why? They kept making them, and they kept making the Vanagon. They made the Vanagon, Simca, and Doka. We never got it here. Why? Because of this tax. And so that has took the fire out of it all these years. Now, when you see a truck that's made by Honda or Toyota, and now even the ID Buzz in the U.S., which is considered a truck, even though it's a van, it is made in the U.S. Okay, so the Buzz ID, I believe, is going to be made in the Chattanooga plant, right? Nuga Van, do you know about this? Okay, have you ever visited the Chattanooga Volkswagen factory? Because that would be cool. Maybe I'll do that next time I'm down there. Yep. So I mean, a Subaru Brat had the seats in the bed, so it wasn't complete to beat that tax. Yeah, there's some ways around it. Like they actually did some tricks on the the vans that they sold to Winnebago to do their Rialtas. Okay, so what they did on those was, this is what I've heard, okay, the Rialtas, they would cut off the car, right, cut off the van behind the cab. And so when they would ship it over here, it would be a cab and the frame and like all the stuff under the frame, like the wheels and the drivetrain that's back there in the back, exhaust system or whatever. And then when they got here to Winnebago, they would extend the frame, extend the exhaust system and stuff, and they would put the Rialta body on the back. So because it wasn't complete vehicle, they would get around that tax. And that they did that, they made Rialtas until 2005 or 6, I think. I'm not 100% sure when the last year was that they did that. So they were still importing, stuff that way. Yeah, Steve says import to Canada. I mean, I guess you could, technically. The problem is, the U.S. is a huge market for automobiles. And right now, the U.S. is an amazingly huge market for pickup trucks. Okay? I mean, our own in-house companies like Ford, and GM have both stopped making passenger cars. Now, they both stopped making ICE passenger cars. GM is making electric passenger cars, which I don't really think are selling that well. The things they make their actual money on are trucks and SUVs and stuff like that. So, Volkswagen could get more into that space here. I think there's definitely room. Are they going to? Probably not. They're whoever runs their U.S. thing, they never do anything that I expect. And anything that you really want them to do, you have to beg them. It's like, shut up and take my money. So I've never understood their thing. I mean, Amarok would be good here, I think, if you could make it, up to our specifications for emissions and safety. They sell them a lot down in Central America, South America. I've seen many in Mexico, I guess. I've seen many Amaroks down that way when we're traveling. They look like a very nice truck. They look like the kind of truck that the Ford Maverick is going to be. Right? It's like a small truck, crew cab, all that stuff. It's basically like Ford was like, hey, you know what? We should make... They saw Amarok. They said, you know what? We should make out of this. Just as a Ford product. I don't think they did that, but I'm just saying. It's very similar to that product that they're coming out with that everybody is super excited about, the Maverick. Okay, my wife is one of them people. And, they're excited about it, and the Amarok is already there, but Volkswagen has already said, they asked them, because Hyundai is coming out with that similar size truck, Ford is coming out, there's a lot of buzz around both of them. They asked Volkswagen, what about the Amarok? Nope. They're like, nope. They noped it. Okay, so we're never going to get that, sadly. I mean, if they could ever repeal the chicken tax, but I don't really think they're going to. I mean, because the American auto manufacturers, it benefits them. What if there was cheaper Japanese or Korean trucks that could come in? I mean, it's going to cut into their bottom line because they have basically put all their eggs into the truck basket at this point. if that is whatever basket that would be. Alright, so you guys have any more questions? We're here also to answer your questions about your van. I'm just trying to think if there's been any exciting things happening this week with our customers asking us for advice and things. I can't really think of anything. A lot of people are getting ready for trips. Usually I try to get everything done I can get done. Like right now, it's past my cutoff today, so new orders won't, would only go out maybe tomorrow if I'm feeling in a good mood. And then after that, I don't know. But, what happens on these holiday weekends is you'll always get someone who calls you at 4:59 and they're broke down, they're traveling, they need a starter, they need an alternator, they need a CV axle, they need what? Just fill in the blank. Okay? They need something, and can you have it to them tomorrow on Saturday? And they're super stressful, and so you're like trying to help them, you do it, and then it don't show up on time because it's holiday weekend. And I've been doing this for 21 years. I know how this game goes. Okay, so I don't even like to be here for that call. When they call, like, oh, I just want to see, like, yeah, nope. So we'll be, after this stream is over, I'm going to be closing up for the day, guys, because, whatever. I'm just ready to get out and get to and starting to enjoy the vacation things. So, I hope you guys get to enjoy the 4th of July. Think about our country, the United States, and all the great things that has happened over the years. I know there's been a lot of negativity this year about our country. And, the reality is, I know some of you guys are from other countries, but America is a great country. Okay, it stood up for freedom. It stood up for peace. And for the last 200-something years. And, I think it's worth celebrating. We self-flagellate today, where we have to be ashamed about things that people did 200 years ago. Those people weren't perfect. They're called human beings, right? Are we perfect? I don't think we are. So why are we judging them by our standards of today, right? And that's not fair. Okay, that's not fair to them. Instead, we should think about the good things they did. Right? They're not perfect, and then learn from their mistakes. Self-flagellating ourselves. What is that doing? Okay, feeling bad about about our past and all the great things that we've done. It's like you're looking at the glass half empty versus the glass half full. Right? Why are you looking at all the negative things? Because I'm telling you, if you looked at other countries who criticize us all the time, like say China or Russia, and you really wanted to look at their past or even their present, it would be horrifying. Okay, it would be horrifying. And I know we're not perfect. This country does things all the time that I don't like, that I don't agree with, or whatever. But at the same time, if I had a choice of where to be born, it would have been here. And I've been all over the world, been in lots of other countries. I would choose to live. I might choose to live there at some point, but I'm not going to choose to be born there. Okay, and when you go to especially if you're not in the northern hemisphere, okay, where we are, they're all trying to get here. Okay, why is that? It's because they know there's a place they can go where people, respect each other. They respect people that aren't exactly like them. They'll listen to them. They'll, have opinions, and not everybody's going to agree. But that's what America's all about. People have always disagreed here. And people have always been able to talk about their disagreements and say, listen, I don't think this is right. And the other person says, well, I think it's the best thing ever. And like, well, that's your opinion. Okay? So, 4th of July, like I said, try to think about the good things about America. Try to enjoy the freedoms that you got. and try to, make 2021 a way better year, a way better thing than 2020. And, don't get sucked into, self-flagellation of where we have to feel bad about everything, because we don't. Okay, we don't. Alright, so that's my little sermon there. You can, put money in the offering plate on the way out. So Billy Shepard says, don't hear from me. This locked engine worked. Okay, so I tried to help him with that. Steve said the border's still closed. I'm praying about that, Steve. I want that border to open. My friend's mother passed away, and she's from Canada, so she's actually Japanese, but their mom and dad, she's from Canada, and so they've been here in the U.S. for probably like a whole month, and I think part of their goal is to get into Canada and to meet the family and see things. So I'm praying that border opens up. Now I had heard that might happen next week. That's what I had heard. Like around the 15th of July or something. So, don't take that for gospel truth, but I had heard something might happen. Hopefully that will open soon. Okay, but, so I guess that's it, guys. Hope you guys have a great 4th of July. If you need anything, we'll be glad to help you out when we get back on the 13th. And I'll have a big, huge stack of parts sitting here.
Hopefully.
Maybe. And we'll be getting them out and getting everybody back on track. But, we will try to enjoy our vacation and hope you guys can also do the same thing. So, from us here at Vanagon, happy 4th of July. Alright, guys. We'll see you guys on the next video. Alright, we will talk to you. Okay, July 21st. We'll talk to you guys on the next time. Bye.